What else is not giving? Because I'm happy to give it away. Hey y'all. I'm so ugly. No, for real though, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought it would be fun to do a chit chat get ready with me. Kind of showing you how I do my day-to-day makeup routine. I did just get my eyebrows done, so that cuts down significantly on the time it takes me to get ready to go somewhere when I want to do like a quick beat. So I figured, you know, let's do a quick beat together. I'll show you some of my most frequently used products and we can just have a chat. Get into it. This is literally day 0. Got them done like a few hours ago. Y'all, my energy is kind of low. I'm not even gonna hold you. I got my iced chai tea latte here. Help take me up a couple notches. So we're starting off primer. Milk Hydro Grip Primer. This stuff is so good and it leaves your skin kind of tacky. I'm not a professional makeup artist or anything of the sort. I literally just do my makeup to achieve a look. Like I have enough skill level to do something extra, so I don't have to necessarily get my makeup done. I just can do enough to look good. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't necessarily know all the ins and outs, but yeah. So just putting that all over our face. And it gets kind of tacky and it gives your foundation or whatever products you're going to put on top like a good texture to stick to. So today I'm actually not going to do foundation though, even though Hydro Grip is perfect for when you're doing like a full beat, a full face. It makes sure your makeup lasts. So if you see me looking down, I'm looking at myself. I forgot to bring my bigger mirror, so you know, we're improvising. Okay, so for starters, I'm gonna use NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Almond. This kind of like more so matches my skin tone. And it also has like a reddish tint, so it helps cover up my darker circles. Not sure if you guys see them, but they're like pretty sunken in today. Especially. Why? I don't know. I'm just feeling like my face is feeling what I'm feeling inside. Yeah, I went to the mall today and the energy was just off. Like it was like a reminder of why I don't go to the mall. People were rude. People was cutting in line in front of me when I went to Annie Ann's Pretzels. People just, I don't vibe with. It was just too many types of energies in the mall. Everybody's walking slow. There's a whole bunch of like college kids and like high schoolers. They were just on my nerves. Like it don't take much. Honestly, they were really on my nerves. But what did I even go to the mall for? I went to the mall to like get some content. I didn't really need to buy anything. I didn't want to buy anything. By the way, I'm gonna just blend it out using this brush. Oh, the second Radiant Creamy Concealer I used was in the shade Caramel. So that's like more so to brighten, to highlight, what have you. These days I don't do my makeup like that. I really don't do what I used to do. I'm doing like that because I wear glasses like every day, so there's like a glasses tan and I want to kind of even that out. And then I have like some blemishes on the bottom here. This is like really my skin tone right now, so I like using this to 1, color correct, and 2, just kind of blend in. I like using this especially when I'm not using foundation, because it blends into my skin quite nicely. And again, this is like a quick light beat. This is like, oh, I got somewhere to be, or oh, I just am not feeling like doing a full face. Okay, y'all, let's chat about how we ultimately make life hard. Definitely not intentionally. And I'm not coming from a place of, You know, life can just be easy if you just think positive, toxic positivity. No. But I'm coming to you from a place of like real talk, like real, something I realized myself, because I am a Scorpio, so I am like filled with emotion all the time. Am I gonna show it? Depends who you are. I don't like to. I really don't like to. But I realized, and it was the dumbest thing. So let me backtrack. I have a thing with not wasting food. I think it's because I spent in my childhood a lot of time with my grandmother, my paternal grandmother, and she ultimately grew up in the era of the Great Depression. She looks awake, she looks ready for what? I don't know. It's Saturday and I have no plans. She was always very adamant about me finishing all my food. She always used to say, waste not, want not. She would always tell me, listen girl, you're gonna eat all your food, and we are a part of the clean plate club. Meaning you eat everything that's on your plate. So that kind of stuck with me, and now I have issues with getting rid of some things in terms of food products. So like, for example, I went to a restaurant, picked up some to go, got some shrimp fried rice, was not a fan of the shrimp fried rice, but was eating it, one, because I bought it, two, because I'm hungry. And I found myself keeping the leftovers as if I was gonna eat it. Since you didn't like it, why would you keep the leftovers knowing you don't like it? And mind you, I was at work at the time, so I had like the box and I had all my bags at work, and I'm struggling to carry everything out to my car. And I just had to be real with myself, like, Taylor, are you gonna eat this food? Do you want this food? Be real, do you want this? No. Are you gonna eat it, or are you gonna let it sit in the fridge, and then after a few days you're gonna be like, oh, it's old, and just throw it away? Yes. So why would you struggle out of work? You're already getting out later than you had originally anticipated. Why would you struggle for no reason? You don't want the food, you didn't like it, what was the point? So I threw it away. And that sounds so small. It is so small. But for me, I was proud of myself that I did something for me. I operated, instead of a place of lack, I operated from a place of truth and honesty. So then I'm like, because I do this, I'm like, okay, how else can we make life easier? Because after that, I could just walk outside with minimal baggage and go on about my day, do things quicker. Like, what else can I apply this mantra to? Like, what else is not giving? Because I'm happy to give it away. So I've been in the process of getting rid of clothes, like just cleaning out everything. Like, if I don't like it, if it's not bringing me joy, if it's not giving me a positive type of vibe, a feeling, if it doesn't have a purpose, it's going out the door. Just whatever leftover concealer I have, I like put in the spots that I normally put concealer when I'm doing like full glam, but definitely not doing full glam at night. And then just evening everything out with a beauty blender. This one I actually got from Big Lots, and it actually works really well. It came in a pack of like 5. But yeah, so if it's not giving, give it away. So what else can I apply that mantra towards? Oh, next I'm taking this Derma Blend translucent loose setting powder. Oh, okay, it's finally milled, so I like using this to set my under eyes. It helps them not crease so much. I have like a lot of creasing, so I tend to look for looser products to put under my eyes. The heavier powders go better for like over the face. Not like I'm a professional, just something I've learned. Clothes, I've been getting rid of clothes. Because like, okay, you're gonna put the clothes on, you're gonna be mad because they don't fit right. They're just taking up extra space. Why not make life easier and just get rid of the stuff? Like, just be honest with yourself. I'm putting like a minimal amount to start with to set, and that also helps minimize creasing. So that's another thing that I've done. So then I thought, in like the grand scheme of things, like the way I think, the way I operate, like day to day, I be making life hard on myself, and I'm not with that. I'm not with that anymore. I'm not with having to struggle. Like, I'm not with the mantra that everybody says you have to work hard to be successful. It has to be difficult. It has to be a struggle. It does not. Life, success, goals, they could be challenging in order to allow you to level up, but life doesn't have to be hard. Mind you, I'm saying this from a place of, one, privilege. I'm privileged to be in the spot in life that I'm in right now. I'm privileged to have a job. I'm privileged to have a job in healthcare. I'm privileged to have had the education I had in order to obtain this job. Mind you, what I'm saying can't really apply to people who are still in survival mode. You know, when I was in survival mode, mind you, I have a great family who's always been supportive. I never really had to need or want for anything. Yes, I wanted to be independent, and I did my best to make sure this, let me tell you, presses in the makeup looks so good. But I didn't really ever need for nothing, want for nothing. My family always had my back. If I needed something, I could always call them. But me being the independent person I wasn't really calling them like I could have been. Therefore, I was in survival mode. You know, I had to figure out, okay, how am I gonna pay this rent? How am I gonna get my next meal? This is in college, by the way. How am I gonna navigate? You know, I'm just trying to get my basic needs met. Food, shelter, clothing on my body, like essential stuff. I'm not really with the frills. But now that I have graduated, now instead of a place of lack, I'm operating from a place of abundance. Instead of operating trying to survive, I have to move different in this thriving kind of stage, because I am thriving. I'm happy to say that. I'm privileged to say that. I'm in a place of life where I have options. So with that being said, though, you gotta make sure you're choosing your options wisely. Oh, I'm going in with this Black Radiance bronzer. It's in Rich Mahogany. It broke, so it's like all crumpled up in there, but I'm gonna use it to the very last drop, okay? Just giving some warmth to the face. Oh, and this brush I'm using is from Morphe. It's an M509. I really like this for bronzer because it, now I see why YouTubers do that. But it's like diffuse, so it like spreads the product out. Not excess. I'm tapping on my hand. My hands always look a mess after I do my makeup. But now that I'm in a stage of thriving, I have decisions to make. And in this world where material things rank supreme, I've noticed I've bogged myself down with trivial things that don't really matter. Like, how was I so happy with so little? But now that I have more, I'm stressed. Like, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. So what are you stressing yourself out about? So I'm in the process of unlearning some of the things that I learned during my survival stage so that I can continue to thrive in this new stage of life. You see what I'm saying? I feel as though life is easy, but we make it hard. We make it hard. We bog ourselves down with the opinions of others. We tell ourselves we should be doing this. We are, hold on. I don't think I even noticed I had all that extra powder in my face. Just wipe that away. I don't even know how that got there. Okay. We bog ourselves down with just nonsense, honestly, just nonsense. Me included. I mean, me especially. That's how I even came up with this. I guess like a realization. Because I would always be so stressed out. And it's like, for what? Because one, I'm constantly wishing things weren't the way they were. Because I'm so concerned with the negative outlook on something versus the positive, and disguising that as being a realist. I really used to call myself a realist and solely focus on the negatives or the issues with something and disguise it as the truth. And it is the truth, but there's also another truth, which is the positive side. There's the alternative of the negative. Like, yeah, the glass is half empty, but it's also half full. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all, that's just something that I have noticed within myself, and something that I thought I should share, because I'm tired of being tired. I'm tired of being annoyed. I'm tired of not feeling good. Like, I don't have to feel this way. I can decide that I don't want to feel that way. So I can decide who I want to be, and I can imagine her, and I can take those steps to be her each and every day. So I just wanted to tell y'all that life is easy, and that's one of my affirmations that I say, if not every day, like every other day. My life is easy. And that sounds so contradictory, because you hear so much about, oh, it's so much value in the struggle, and it is, but everything doesn't have to be a struggle. Everything doesn't have to come from hard labor. Something might be challenging because you have to think different, you have to learn new things, but everything in life doesn't have to be hard. Like, I want us as a whole to stop thinking that. Health doesn't have to be hard. I saw this post where it was like, being healthy is hard, being unhealthy is hard, choose your hard. I don't like that. I don't agree with that. I don't subscribe to that, because being unhealthy, the steps to get there is easy. Being healthy, the steps to get there can be easy. But we put this notion in our head that something is going to be hard. But little do you know that the universe brings you what you emit. You said, life is hard. The universe is going to be like, okay, hard, hard, hard. But if you take a step back and say life is easy, the universe is going to look at you and say, let me give her ease. Let me drop this download on her. Let me put $10 in her pocket. Let me, you know what I'm saying? So there's different ways to look at things, and I'm tired of looking at things in a way where there's struggle involved. I don't want to struggle. I don't think I have to struggle. I don't think you have to struggle. But I do think that there are things that prevent us from thinking like that. One, being in a survival mode, and two, we have been taught through media, through friends, through all these different outlets that everything comes at a cost. But nobody talks about how the cost doesn't have to be high. It could be very low stakes. You know what I'm saying? You could take your time. Everything doesn't have to be rushed. Oh, now I'm going in. I'm terrible with telling y'all what's going on. So I'm going in with the Narcissist blush palette. And this is in Wanted 2. So I'm taking this lighter pink color and this pretty deep mauve. I don't know. It kind of translates differently on camera. But this one right here, I'm mixing these two, and this is very pigmented, so make sure to tap that brush. And I'm also using a Smashbox brush. I don't know what this is called, but it has like a flat surface, and I like to like pat it so that it kind of blends in, runs into the bronzer that I put on my face. Like so, like that. And a little bit on the nose, just it makes you look like, I don't know, like a little youthful, a little, you know, I don't know, just put it wherever you want. Okay, and the brows are already done. I love that about this. Like my makeup routine literally could take 5 minutes if I wasn't talking. Okay, next up I'm going to go into this Laura Mercier. There it is. It's like a powder that they came up with. Anywho, it's very soft, it's very pretty, so I do use it as a highlighter when I'm going for very natural. These days I don't really like a whole lot of highlighter anymore, so that's what I'm getting into. The way you speak means so much. I think I've said this before, but if you didn't know, there's power in your tongue. We are creators and we are made in the likeness of God. And that doesn't just mean, you know, we're physical manifestations of God, but it also means that we have been blessed with a lot of power, God-given power. And some of that is creation. We are creators. We can create life. We can bring ideas down. We can manifest, we can ground our ideas, we can create whatever reality we want, but it just really starts with how you talk to yourself. And maybe your life isn't easy right now, but if you say it, I guarantee you it will be. You don't even have to believe it at first. You know, I didn't. When I started saying that, I was stressed. Life was not going the way I thought it was gonna go, honey. But I stepped back and I'm like, you know, let me accept what is. Let me have fun. And let's play. Like, life should be playful. Life can be playful if you allow it to be. But it's all on you. It's all on your perspective. Do you see that? It just gives you like a glow from within. That brings me to another point, honestly. I had a patient recently come into the pharmacy and she was on like 16 different meds. She had like honestly, it might have been more like 16 to 18 different meds. Everything was a 90-day supply and her total came out to be $90-something. And everything was a 90-day supply, so that's actually a really good price for everything. Mind you, she doesn't have commercial insurance. She has government funded insurance, so she got a pretty good discount, but she was complaining about the price. And mind you, I also discounted her medicine. Like, one medication was like $20-some. I got it down to like $10. I have that ability with my job, thank God. But so we have Chestnut by MAC. So I was explaining to her, because she was complaining about the price. I was explaining to her, like, hey, the cost of this medication is actually really good. Like, your insurance took care of a lot for you. She was like, yeah, I'm on a fixed income. And I really felt for her because, mind you, this looks a mess because it melted. It still works, honey, and I'm going to use every bit of it. But she said to me, I want a fixed income and it's just really hard. So luckily I was able to tell her, you know what, we can put it on your bill. You can pay it over time, like over the 3-month period, or honestly whenever. Really lenient, I'd say, where I work. And we like to work with people because we want to make sure people are getting their medication. She still kind of was disappointed, but she went ahead and told them to put on the bill. And I did feel for her because being on a fixed income in America, they don't give you that much money. They barely give you enough money to pay your rent depending on where you live. Barely enough money for food and for, oh, Now I'm going in with NYX Butter Gloss and Praline. Very cute, very pretty color, very natural. Okay, and I'm going to spray my face with setting spray. This is from the Beauty Bakery, a black owned makeup brand. I think I broke the sprayer though, so it comes out in little tufts. And then to soak everything in, I'm going to take my powder puff again and just pressing the setting spray into my skin. I was saying, the American government doesn't really give you enough money for everything, but then I also think, like, in life we all have choices, and some of those medications, if she were to change her lifestyle habits, she could either get a reduced dose and or she could come off of some of those medicines. Some diseases progress, like diabetes, can progress so far to the fact where in order to function properly, your body does need some extra help from medication. But some things like pre-diabetes, you can kind of catch ahead of time. So some things are hereditary, some things it's just like the body just needs a little extra help. So you take medication to remediate that problem, but some things are very much so in our control, like pre-diabetes, unless it's like a pre-existing condition in your family, things like that. So it's not all the time, but some things we can help. Osteoporosis, we can help it as much as we can by doing weight-bearing exercises and intaking a lot of calcium and vitamin D. Just things like that. We have choices. So I think what I'm trying to get at is everything has a choice and everything has a cost. Like I said, the cost doesn't have to be high because I choose to believe my life is easy, but you have to make that choice for yourself. I often think back to what my good friend said on a recent Instagram post. His caption read something like, "A healthy man wants a million things, but a sick man just wants to be healthy." Some people don't have the option whether or not they're sick or healthy. It's a tricky topic because a lot of health issues are out of people's control. A lot of economic and resource issues are out of people's control. But those who do have control, you got to decide what kind of decisions you want to make, and you also have to then think about what kind of repercussions that will lead to. Do you like to smoke cigarettes or tobacco? Let's think about what happens when that happens. It's fun for the moment, but research has shown that later down the line you could have issues with your lungs. Doesn't happen to everybody. Do you want to partake in certain drugs now? Yeah, we're gonna have a blast, we're gonna have a good time, but okay, am I gonna have weaker blood vessels as a result of it? Is this just a one-time thing? Is it a habitual thing? Am I going to drink water today, or am I gonna just keep drinking a bunch of pop? Because if I keep drinking water, that could lead to improved health, improved skin, improved energy. If I want to drink a bunch of pop, you could have improved energy right now, but it could lead to sugar crashes later, caffeine crashes later, weight gain. Further down the line, let's think about the decisions that we make. You got to think, okay, am I going to be healthy now? Am I going to spend more money than I would like to maybe eat fresher, or spend more time than I would like to cook my meals at home, and then potentially not have as many health issues later? Or am I just gonna eat out? Am I gonna grab these quick meals to make ends meet, but then later down the line not be able to really enjoy my money because it's being spent on healthcare, it's being spent on medication? Health, it's like a tricky thing, trying to balance what you want to do and what you need to do. I had a young guy, he was only like in his 30s, and he was just put on insulin, and I was going over how to test his blood sugar, how to use the products, and he was like upset. He's like, man, I don't really want to do this. Okay, you don't have to, but you have to do something. So are you going to start exercising? Are you going to start changing your diet? and then eventually you might not even need to be on this medication anymore, or maybe you could just switch to all pills. Or are you gonna keep eating the way you're eating? Your body is gonna continually need help. It's gonna need more and more help the more that this thing progresses, and then you're gonna be put on more medication. You see, everything has a consequence. Everything, there's sacrifices to be made. Big ones, small, everything. It's really hard watching patients struggle, and it's really hard watching them try to take so many medicines. But something's gotta shake, boo. Something's gotta shake. What you gonna do? You can't sit and cry about the hand you were dealt. And sometimes we can't sit and cry about the hand that we chose. Some of these actions, some of these things that we're dealing with are a direct cause of the actions that we took. Now I'm going in with this Better Than Sex mascara. I'm gonna be honest, my preferred mascara is this Pat McGrath's mascara. Oh my god, that stuff is gold, but I cannot find it. It's probably in a purse somewhere. I just don't know where it is. I thought I was gonna do lashes, but I don't really want to. Yeah, y'all, these are things that I'm just learning, and I'm just passing them on. I'm not passing any judgment on people. I really do feel for people. I have to feel for people for where I work. Not have to, but it just, when you feel for somebody and they feel that energy, that you care, that you're concerned, you know, they end up making relationships with you, and they end up trusting you because they know that you're not in it just to sling them some pills, just to say you did it. They know you really want to see them thrive. They know that you're invested. People move different when they know that people care. Alright, y'all, that is my simple go-to quick beat. Thank y'all so much for watching. Let's have a conversation down below about what I talked about. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you like this makeup look? Do you have any products you recommend? Let me know. All products that I use will be linked down below.